What's up, y'all? Grand Rising. It's Monday morning. I just want to share something. I just need to come clean. I'm just a Gen Xer. I'm 61 and I'm gonna cry. I'm not crying. This is not me crying. And I have this YouTube channel, and I don't even have a selfie stick right now, and my ring light went out, and I'm a bit of a perfectionist because I was a teacher for 20 years, and I want to present, good content. But the other day I looked up woodpecker on the internet, and there was this incredibly great video of really up close woodpecker with no window, no dirty kitchen window. It just intimidated the crap out of me. Yo, I don't have, I'm working on the selfie stick. It's actually in a package. Gotta get a ring light. I'm so far behind so many things, and my garden needs attention, and look, I am living my dream life. Really am. I mean, look at this place. Backyard. Oh, look at this. My mulberry tree, I thought they killed because they cut off, the other half of the tree. Look at the sun giving us all these solar codes so early in the season. And when I say solar codes, I mean, see how the sun refracts and doesn't look like a solid circle or whatever. Like, that's when we have really heavy activity coming in. And this is my home, and this is my backyard, and my garden's back there, and the puppies are here, and I have and I gotta go in the front and water my new fig tree, which you can't see. I've got all this stuff to do, right? And I'm not complaining. I love my life. It's just that my life got so big now that I have 2 dogs, a rescue cat that's needy as it's real needy. And I try to do enrichment with all my animals. I really do, and I try to be a part of the community. I'm gonna go to city council tonight, and then the county council like Wednesday, just to stand up for the radical, people that want to make a big deal about transgender people that aren't even in town, and gay rights, and about private events, things like that, just to stir things up, to keep us, not looking at what's really going on, which is corruption. And the public education system has been corrupted in Arizona the last 2 years by extremists. So, you got to speak up, right? Plus this whole airport thing. People are buzzing us all the time. It's weird now. So, anyway, y'all, here's the thing. I am not, probably not even in the right direction. I'm going to drink. Sorry, ginger ale. I am not going to do this right. I'm not going to do it perfectly. My videos, my friend reminded me, I'm not always in center or focused, or if I don't have my bifocals on, I don't even know if it's a focus. How would you know? I will give you a secret, though. After you get over 50, I've been in menopause over 13 years now, and it affects your bladder in a big way. I found that if you go to the bathroom, and if you're alone, it works really good. If you go to the bathroom, as soon as you get there, just like they did this one movie where the lady was pregnant, she really needed to use the bathroom where the heart is. You get in the bathroom, and I just yell. I just sit down, I go, I just let this big noise out when I use the bathroom, when I pee. And it feels so great to make a bunch of noise about the fact that I just relieved my bladder, and I did it really quickly so it doesn't hurt. And for some reason, making that noise really relaxes, the whole process. And, it's getting older is getting older. You're not going to stop it. Men, when they use the bathroom when they get older, they have a little leak. Whatever, denial's not just a river in Egypt. So, look at this life. Look at beautiful. The world is beautiful. It's coming and it's green and it's emerging. I'm not looking at this tree and saying, why do you still have your dead leaves on here? But I'm saying to myself, why have you not finished the laundry or dusted? I mean, look at this bamboo. This bamboo, if you look down at the roots here, it just looks pretty much dead right there. But if you look up, oh my gosh, there's brand new shoots coming up. Brand new, you can't see that one. You can look up and it's green. And a lot of the stuff that you thought was dead is starting to turn yellow now. And the stuff that's dead is just like self-escorting itself out of the way of the green. Look at the green. Oh my. So, if you've ever been in a drought in the desert and you see life coming back after a very cold and very dry winter, you know, life to me is a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle I'm alive. I almost died of food poisoning, and I went to Miami to a really bad event. I gotta be honest, the only reason I went, it was $300. I wouldn't get my money back, and they kept it so cold I couldn't dance at a dance floor. And the next day I got a pizza at the hotel they recommended me, and I got food poisoning from the mozzarella and almost died. Had my second near-death experience. So my life since then has been completely different because my body regulates everything I do. I don't hardly drink anymore. I just, I have to be really super careful of what I eat. I even eat meat sometimes because my body is so fragile in its what it'll accept. And if you've never been nauseous without being able to control your bowel movements for over a month, I don't know, it was a long time. It was a very long time. And I hadn't been hungry since. So, y'all, we're all, my mom's in, my mom, Lena May, is in heaven. And she used to always say, we're all just doing the best we can with what we have. And I believe that with my heart and my soul. And I want to do right by people that like tune in and see my channel. But y'all, I'm just a retired fifth grade teacher and psychic, and want folks to experience healing from sexual trauma and healing from childhood trauma and the ability to tap into your inner child so that you can enjoy playing. This young man with a whole bunch of tattoos did this video where he was talking to your inner child, and I just broke down. When I was a kid, they set me out, not my brother or sister, but just me. They set me out on the street and said, see ya. I didn't always go so well. So, when you grow up feral, you grow up with a lot of walls, and you grow up with this, type A personality where you gotta survive because who else is gonna make it for you? Nobody. Well, Jesus Christ has saved my heart and soul since I was, since I was born. But since I was 15 and a half, it was really active for me to, do the whole, I was pretty radical for a while. I'm sorry. I was a part of a church that in the 90s turned into a cult that has weaponized politics in our country and ruined the separation of church and state with public education. And it breaks my heart that churches that I taught Sunday school in were a part of going after gay people. Don't get me started, or brown people, or don't get me started. I taught in East San Jose. I was thinking, maybe I should walk around with brown face and just have little circles where they know I put just browner on so that I look like the people I love in East San Jose, who's having their abuelito like dragged off. There was this one Mexican restaurant, I don't even know what state it was. They went in a restaurant, there were 10 people. 2 were Mexican Americans. 8 of them were just there, like a pass or something. They were undocumented. No, they were documented, but they were like on a pass. Anyway, they took them and just deported them. It was Ohio. This is not my America. I didn't teach history for 20 fucking years to have it end that the corporations went. Citizens United ruined our system of checks and balances and absolute power. That's all. Donald Trump is not the enemy. He is just what happens when you leave big loopholes for decades, years, hundreds of years, and you're very naive about the fact you're always going to get a God-fearing person in office. Not always. So Citizens United was 2 years into Obama's administration. And that broke down COTUS, that broke down Congress, and that broke down, well, everything. But we the people still set it up, and we the people can take it back with your voice at City Council. I don't want to go. You think I want to go? You think I had a parent teacher conference with my principal, with this woman. I'd worked with her child directly since he was in, oh God, kinder, and had taught him intervention since 3rd grade, and he was in my class. And there was an incident where I got really frustrated with him, kind of yelled right in his face, and I had dealt with it on Tuesday with the stepfather, and we had gone on a field trip, talked to the kid. Everything was fine. He was fine. She had the word bitch tattooed down this arm, and my principal let her yell at me and scream at me and tell me to leave the profession about 2 or 3 years before I actually did. You know, those kinds of things just break your heart open. It hurt a lot. But I still get it, because hurting people hurt people and loving people love people. I get it. I mean, I don't. But not having the protection for teachers when we put it all on the line for them, you know. I had so much overtime, it counted as years and years of service. Look, y'all. All I'm here to do, okay, is give back the love that Jesus Christ gave me in December 2019. Shout out to Sally Love. We did a video, a Zoom, and I felt Jesus wash my feet. And I burned everything that made me unlovable and unforgivable under the moon before that. And that's when my psychic abilities and my healing abilities took off. I've been a holographic healer for 3 years, which means I've worked with a group of people where they can feel you, them, me, helping you heal. Listen, we're all self-healing. These trees self-heal. We self-heal. God did not break it on us. I don't listen to AI. I don't have any predictive text. I live here, out here. And sometimes I'm frustrated because it's just me. But it's not just me. It's a God deal. You know? God puts us where we want to be. And, be careful what you wish for. Hey, at least the dog got dry, I think. Looks like she's dry. You know, everything is a responsibility. You buy a piece of like you buy a shirt. You're now committed to it and putting it away, finding a home for it. I truly love humanity. I love our children. And we come in knowing that we are a precious child of God. You don't need a religion for that. I teach mindfulness, visualization. I can work with atheists. You are self-healing. You don't need anything other than believing you have a higher power, like a higher self. It's bigger than the one you are at the moment. Because here's the thing. If you think you're God or goddess, like a lot of the love and light community think they are, if that's true, then why are you broke? If that's true, why have you been married 3 times, right? Which I've been married 3 times. And I am part of the Tantra community. So, why? Because you haven't done your inner healing and your childhood trauma. Whoa, that was terrifying. This is a good angle. better. No? Eh. You haven't done your healing in your trauma. I was bullied for several years as a child, and nobody did shit about it. And so I just negotiated and worked. I either ran or talked my way out of things. But the thing is everyone has childhood trauma. Everyone has sexual trauma. So what? We can let that go and be who you are now, which is a precious child of God in the year 2025. And you have rights to speak and live and love your neighbor, even if they have a Trump sign out since Halloween. They're expecting a child, by the way. And they're going to buy a house. And I hugged him. Tattoos all over his body. Her name right there on his face. And he looked like a little boy. I said, you're going to be a father. And he looked like he was 10. Big old tough guy. Listen, we're all just doing the best we can with what we have. And I promise that you'll see the rest of me. Here, these are my yoga pants. I'm gonna get a Zoom stick so you know that my body and mind and spirit have been healed by spirit. I believe that once you're doing what God wants you to do, you stop aging and you're just in the flow. You know, join the love train. There's so many things. Age of Aquarius, y'all. It's time to accept the fact that God loves you. And even if you don't accept God, then accept the love from me. Because I'm real. A 5th grade teacher you never had. And you're smart enough and you can connect into the greater intelligence by being mindful and visualizing. So what are you waiting for? Just go and do what you love to do. And I'm going to stop bitching and moaning about the fact that I don't know what I'm doing on this tick. I take a few days off and finish the laundry. I am out of clothes, y'all. Namaste, y'all. Happy Easter. Happy